Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Tonight in Bitcoin. Today is December the 10th, 2017. At least it still is in Denver, Los Angeles, and out west. Remember, long-term thinking and all of my other sayings that I can't think of right now, like buy and hold. All right. Delayed gratification, strong hand. You know it. So check out yesterday's show. I was wearing a suit. Everyone enjoyed that. Always check out the links below. Get your discount on Trezor, cryptohwwallet.com, t-shirts. I'm wearing a hoodie today, not from someone different sent me this. This was sent to me by agsilverdojo.com. I linked to him below. Thank you. He sells stuff like this. It says my sayings, strong hand, buy and hold. I mean, skeleton hand isn't my saying, but hey, some people like skeleton hands and silver and black and all that. All right, let us, I'm still behind on stuff, guys. I'm not emailing people back. It was great to be with family yesterday. The bat mitzvah was nice, and the bat mitzvah party was very nice. And it did snow a little harder than it was expected in the region, but we made it out there fine. I was the driver, and I heard an awesome song when I was driving out there, and I'll mention that at the end of the show. So stick around to the end of the show, people. All right, Sunday, today. Well, first of all, yesterday, I was wearing a Bitcoin shirt at the bat mitzvah party, and it was for the party was basically for kids, so it was dressed down. It was at a sporting. There was a batting cage there. It was a lot of fun. I was batting for the first time, but anyway, a guy came up to me, saw my Bitcoin shirt, and starts asking me questions. He's a guy who buys on the dips, he says, but he hasn't bought Bitcoin yet. He's waiting for there to be a dip. He had heard of Ethereum before, and he was worried about shorting coming because of the CBOE and, all the FUD that's being spread by the mainstream. And the guy owns some Tesla stock too, but he hasn't gotten into Bitcoin yet, but he wants to, just in case. So this is like a 60-year-old guy. His interest he's got interests. So this is a good sign. I mean, people are finding out about it. So today the CBOE, the Bitcoin future started on there. And of course, Bitcoin blasted back up to 16,000. It crashed the CBOE site. And what that means is that so many people on this planet were interested about what's going on with Bitcoin and futures trading and the CBOE, that so many people went to that site that it crashed. It really has nothing to do with the underlying value of Bitcoin or anything like that, or like the trading of it. It just, the site itself went down, and it just shows you how many people have heard of this, how many people are interested in it. But there's such a big you see, this is between, there's the doers and then there's the talkers. Okay, all the talkers of the world are like, oh yeah, they're going to short it, it's going to crash, it's going to this, I want to go see the site, I want to go see what this is all about. But then there are the doers like us, the holders, the people who actually bought it. We just don't talk and wonder and come up with little theories about it and create little FUD about it. Like, oh, well, if it becomes mainstream, then it's going to crash. Or if it becomes mainstream, they're going to manipulate it. So I can't get in it right now because whoever they are, is going to manipulate it. So I don't want to become rich. I would just, continue to do nothing with my life. But then but see, that's the beauty. That's not who I am. That's not who we are. We bought, we bought, we conquered, whatever you want to say. And we did conquer because we got a lot of it back in 2015, 2016, 2017, before all this, before it was 16,000. And then you had people saying, oh, it crashed to 13,000. And then all of a sudden it's back to 16,000 again. And it is surreal that it can go up and down 2,000 in a day now. I mean, a month ago, you told me that. I'd say, of course, it will happen eventually, but I didn't think it would happen so many times. this year already. I mean, it is amazing. And I thank God Almighty that I got into this so early and that I wasn't just talking the talk on this channel. I was walking the walk. And has it paid off, people? Has it paid off for you too? Because I love to hear the stories of the people who are like, Adam, when you made that video about buying 10 Bitcoin for $4,000 total, that inspired me back in late 2015 when you were in New Zealand. And you could check out the archives, people, to say that I've been talking the talk and walking a walk for quite some time here. But hey, anyway, if you're one of those doomsday people, you can keep on saying, hey, it's going to crash. I'm going to do nothing. I'm not going to get into this. I'm going to just, go with the flow. Greg Hunter, whoever, buy gold, buy whatever, whatever the old school stuff is that's supposedly so great that never did anything. Keep doing that. Keep, building your little shelter. Do whatever you guys do. And by the way, this guy sells silver. It's all right to sell silver and gold and whatever. You can do that on the side. But to say that's it. That's silly. That's silly. You got to get this is where it's at, people. This is the future. This is only the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg. When I had people at bat mitzvah parties coming up to me asking me about it, dude, it has just been a pleasure and an honor to have been in this for so long, since 2013, and to see it coming to fruition now, to see all this happening. And I'm going to keep on, speaking my mind here and just calling out the doom people out there that are, and some doom people, they just look like regular people. They're they want to create an academic paper about Bitcoin. Well, those people are, I wouldn't say they're doomed, but they're not actors. They're just talkers. What's it going to get you in the end of the day if you have 150 IQ and you can analyze every aspect of why Bitcoin isn't going to do well based on the most complex of economic theories? And then you're still a socialist who gets paid by some university, who gets paid by my stolen taxpayer dollars. That's all you are. And you're smart as anything. Yet, and that's the weird thing. That's the weird thing about life. You can have people who are pure geniuses, but who are so enthralled in separating every little aspect of everything, getting into the minutia of every little thing, that they can't act, that they're never going to become wealth, that they're going to have to be socialist parasites their whole life, working for universities, leeching off of my tax money. It'll be great. Anyway, it's great to have the freedom, though, to have your Bitcoin and to be able to move to a country and expatriate if you wish, so they can't leech off of you anymore. But I'm not saying to do that either, and I'm not saying I'm going to do that. But it is great to know that I've got my Bitcoin. I can go, if I ever got married or anything, I would have my Bitcoin and the woman could never take it from me. Oh, what a pleasure. Pound that like button. All right, I've gone off on a tangent that I didn't mean to go on. So yeah, that's what I have to say about the CBOE thing, because a lot of you doom guys out there that like troll around, and I shouldn't even say troll around. Some of you are innocent and just have you think it's a legitimate question to say, oh, what's going to happen to the CBOE? What's going to happen when this mainstream person talks about, isn't it going to crash, Adam? No, it's not. Who cares? Long-term thinking. What's it going to be worth in 2020 more than today? That's all you got to care about. That's all you got to, you know what? Maybe someone could create some massive FUD tomorrow where it crashes $5,000. Who cares? Then it'll be worth $10,000. Who cares? Because in the year 2020, this is a savings account. If you don't know how to save, if you blow your money on, if you have to blow your money on every little thing out there, every little shiny little thing, then you don't deserve to be in this. Then you deserve to lose your Bitcoin to me. Because guess what? When you sell your Bitcoin, I get your Bitcoin because I sell my Steem dollars for your Bitcoin. So, whatever. Go buy a vacation. Go do something insane like that. Waste your Bitcoin because I'm going to end up with more of it. Because that's the way it works. This is where the big boys play. I've said it many a time. In the cryptocurrency space, the big boys, the 20%, win. We win because we have the long-term thinking. The people who usually win who win a lot of the times in mainstream society because they get bailed out by the government, there's no bailing out here. When you lose, you lose. When you lose your private key, you lose. There's no one to complain to. That's it. It's your fault. This is personal responsibility in this world, in the big boy world. And I try to explain that to people before they come over here, to tell them, you got to be a holder. You can't just trade this stuff and think you're going to make $1 million. Because I'm going to end up the millionaire because of you thinking you're going to do these crazy things where you think you're going to end up being the millionaire. I'm going to become richer because of you. All the holders are going to become rich because we don't give it up. We don't give up our Bitcoin. And if you don't believe it, I mean, that's your tough luck. You think, oh, they'll give it up. I'll play up. They're just like me. They're going to trade it around. No. So, do your little games. Do your little games. Make us richer. All right. Again, all this is ad lib here today, Adam. Come on. So let's talk about crypto dividends, because that's another benefit of being a holder of Bitcoin. When you hold Bitcoin, there are groups of people who like to fork off coins from Bitcoin. They form altcoins from forking off Bitcoin. Now, you Google, if you don't know what this is about, go Google it. Obviously, this channel is a little advanced. I'm sorry if it's, but there was one called Bcash. And so all of us Bitcoin holders got all this free Bcash that was worth, and then we sell it for Bitcoin. We turn these free, by just holding Bitcoin, we get free altcoins. It's great. And then we get more Bitcoin. So there's one called Bplatinum that's coming out. And so there's some articles. There's an article out there in Cointelegraph that says it's a scam from Korea now. So apparently I was, before this came out, one of the things I preach with this is we talk about which Bitcoin crypto dividends are about to come out. From what I hear and from what I consider legitimate, there's a site below that I link to that lists all the ones that are rumored to come out that are going to be real probably. But I warn people, never do anything with these crypto dividends until your Trezor can split it. Now, if you don't know what a Trezor is, that's a hardware wallet, okay? You need to have a hardware wallet if you have more than one Bitcoin. If you have one Bitcoin, you need one, all right? That's $16,000 worth of a financial asset there. I mean, you gotta protect it. You can't keep it on some exchange. And so once Trezor or your Ledger Nano or whatever is able to split your crypto dividend, then it's safe, okay? But before then, don't mess. You can study these things. You can study the futures markets. It's fun. It's fun to speculate. Like, how much is this going to be worth? But do never give up your private key to anyone. And I can't stress this enough. And some of you are probably saying, Adam, you've said this before. Yeah, I have said this before, but it's important to talk about because some of these things some of these coins, these altcoin, Bitcoin crypto dividends that are formed are going to be absolutely silly and ridiculous, but they actually might come to fruition. So this one is going through some insanity now. It kind of looks like there's a rumor that there's a Korean kid that's behind it. But then if you look at some of these other tweets, they've delayed it. It says, what's here? We found a critical issue in the syncing process, and therefore the fork will inevitably be delayed until block 500,000 or whatever it is. This is occurred because we implemented the BTC1 core source codes, and it is exactly the same problem with it. Okay, that sounds absolutely insane. First of all, it's not proper English because the person is from Asia. It probably South Korea, it appears. And also they were using with BTC1, which was what B2X was supposed to be. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so maybe it's a total scam. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're going to get to act together. Maybe it's going to happen. Maybe it's really based in Korea. Maybe it's going to end up on these Korean exchanges and they're going to pump it up. Remember, I was just in South Korea and they pump up anything that's new that gets onto that one exchange that's connected to their Facebook of South Korea. I know the name of the exchange. I'm going to mention it later. I actually linked to it below, and you can check out what's going on in the exchange. So bottom line, with all these crypto dividends, be patient. Be patient. It's free money once it's safe. Once it's safe money, then it's free money. It's not diluting Bitcoin because half of this stuff, these things are complete jokes and won't even happen. So that doesn't hurt Bitcoin. That just hurts. That just shows like, well, maybe it might hurt other crypto dividends. It doesn't help Bcash. It shows that the way Bcash was formed is the way that some silly Bplatinum might be formed. It's just a pump coin. So I mean, I don't care. Bitcoin for me, Bitcoin's the one. That's the only one. And I know some of you still. Well, I'm going to go to the chat afterwards, and probably some of you right now are asking me, what do you think about this altcoin, Adam? You don't get it, guys. You don't. How many times do you have to say, I don't care about your altcoin? I don't care. No one cares. I travel the world. They haven't heard of your altcoin unless it's Ethereum or Litecoin, maybe. Okay? Your altcoin ain't anything. I've been around for a while. I've seen things come and go. All right? I've seen the flavor of the month. every altcoin. I've seen it happen many a time. Why you buy into these things, you lose. You value your wealth in Bitcoin, people, not in dollars. You're so foolish when you think your altcoin's going up in value because it's going up in dollars, yet in terms of Bitcoin, it's going down. That's the world telling you that you should have held Bitcoin the whole time. So go back to school and learn. Learn the difference between it going up in value in Bitcoin and going up in value in dollars. And why you got into cryptocurrency in the first place. It's not because you think the dollar is great, because the dollar is being inflated. It's going to last, okay? Bitcoin is deflationary. Bitcoin isn't inflationary. Some of these altcoins are totally inflationary. We're going to get into the Steam-backed dollar thing in a second, which is inflationary, which is ludicrous. They could do anything with that. And they should do anything with it to teach the people a little lesson that are speculating on it. I mean, they can do anything they want to do. I'm holding Bitcoin. That's what you should be doing too. Pound that like button. Check out the notes section below. Subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of stuff. Don't subscribe to this channel if you're part of the 80% and can't understand a word of what I'm saying. This channel is for the 20%. This is for the elite. This is for the thinking man who doesn't care about pretty stuff and doesn't get tempted by flashing lights or whatever. I don't even know what the 80% gets tempted by. Watching NFL and picking their nose and drinking beer all day and getting bloated, and then coming to me trying to steal my money to pay for their triple bypasses because they were completely irresponsible their whole lives. Oh, do I love it? How I have so much now that they can't take from me to pay for their irresponsibility. And I love it. I love living a healthy life. And I'm encouraging, because remember, it's not just about holding Bitcoin. If you're buying and holding Bitcoin, that is awesome. But if you're still guzzling beer and getting fat and stuff, you're going to die. So you're not going to be able to enjoy it. And you're going to have to pay for you could be a socialist and steal from everyone and use that healthcare system or whatever. It's a horrible healthcare system. But you people should stay in shape also. And today I stayed in shape so much. I ran 6 miles and then I did my sprints later in the day and I ate healthy. And then I did fall asleep a little early, and that's why the show is late today, by the way. And I'm still getting used to the time here. So that there's a little thing. But hey, man, even on a short week like this, I had to get everything in. You got to stay healthy, got to stay fit, and keep your mind sound too. And keeping your mind sound means watching smart videos like this one, watching other thought-provoking channels that are beyond Bitcoin, that are into philosophy. I mentioned Stefan Molyneux. I mentioned, what's his name? Jordan Peterson. They're not always right, but, watch videos that are for smart people, okay? Don't watch this mindless. There's a little bit of time. Don't get obsessed with Hillary Clinton and the conspiracies and all that stuff. There's time for entertainment. Of course, I understand that. But, try to exercise your brain also. That's all I can do. And I hope you have the mental capacity to have reading comprehension, listening comprehension, and to have the patience and the long-term thinking ability to hold on to your Bitcoin at least until the 2020 halving. And if you don't know what the 2020 halving is, Google it, okay? I think you have that skill. I hope you do. You really should know what it is if you're into cryptocurrency at all. All right, I'm probably going to say more. I linked to more about the Bplatinum thing. If you want to investigate that, be my guest. It's not the biggest deal in the world. The one that's interesting, Super BTC crypto dividend, is like being run by one of the richest men in China. That's coming out on the 17th. That should be very interesting. I don't think that'll be as controversial. They're not going to say there's some Korean kid behind it. I think that one should go smoothly. And that'll probably be the next one that's on the Trezor. I would think. Let's see. And all the brothers in Asia, man, keep on buying this stuff up. Keep on pumping it up. Keep talking about it. You have every right to create your crypto dividends too. So go for it. Go for it. And I'm going to try to keep covering it as best as I can. I am way behind on all the things I usually read. So I'm probably missing some news here. I know there's been people trying to contact me behind the scenes. I'm still way behind. Like family stuff is important to me, and I have a lot to catch up on. I think these next 2 days I'm going to have some free time, hopefully. So there's a little personal update there. Okay, the Steam-backed dollars are still so overvalued. They're like $8. Now, yeah, you're not supposed to value your wealth in dollars, but a Steem dollar is supposed to be pegged to the United States dollar. This is a form of payment on the Steemit website. I encourage people to go to the Steemit website, check out Bitcoin Meister on there. I've finally gotten up to date with all my videos on there. So starting tomorrow, Monday the December the 11th, it's going. My new shows will be live there. It's going to say live. And it'll be, and so they've been behind there for quite some time. So you'll be able to go to my Steem page and you'll get the latest show, which will be awesome. And you can upvote me there. And that would be great. I answer questions there. Usually, if you want me to answer questions, you email me at adam@tresorhelp.com. You have to pay. I mean, I'm so behind. You're going to have to pay. You have to pay me. But if you ask me to Steem it, you upvote me, I'll answer it. I answered. And yeah, I know some of you have emails to me or Twitter messages to me, and you're probably wondering, why hasn't Adam gotten back to me? Dudes, I have no time. So pay me. You can pay me. You tell me, hey, my Bitcoin addresses, all my addresses are listed below. Say, hey, Adam, I left you a tip. Answer my question. I'll answer your question. Or you can just do it at Steem. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent. So you should be on Steem it also, because you can earn these Steem dollars. You can earn this Steem. They're just weird little cryptocurrencies that they made up over there, but you trade them for Bitcoin. You get free Bitcoin that way. So and you slowly build up your stash. That's a way to get free Bitcoin. There are all these people complaining out there, oh, Bitcoin's so expensive, Bitcoin's so this, I can't get any. You shut up, you complainer. You could go here, put your content on there. You gotta, I mean, there's nothing easy in life, okay? You gotta do something. You just can't sit there. There has to be some action to start the ball rolling down the hill, okay? So there's a little action right there. Go to Steem it, upvote. You tell me, I'll upvote you if it's good content, and you'll slowly earn the Steem and Steem dollars. Then you'll sell them. Now, right now, Poloniex is again not. Poloniex continues to have problems with Steem dollars and Steem, okay? I don't know what's wrong with Poloniex. It's unfortunate. Use Bittrex, okay? The lesson learned right there. I'll leave it at that. Use Bittrex to sell your overvalued Steem dollars as soon as possible. And don't say, oh, Adam, it was $5 and you told me to sell $5. Now it's $8. You complainer. It's only supposed to be $1. It's going to crash back down there eventually. Okay? So I'm telling you there are people out there that say, oh, you should use your Steem-backed dollars to buy Steem. Oh, horrible advice. Horrible, horrible advice. You're going to buy this Steem, which, whatever, they can print whenever they want to, which is worth very little, which in terms of Bitcoin has gone down in value an incredible amount. Or you could buy Bitcoin with it, which is the gold standard, which is the world reserve cryptocurrency, which is the one. Okay, so use your free cryptocurrency. If you're getting free cryptocurrency anyway, whether it be through crypto dividends, whether it be through the Steem it site, use that to buy Bitcoin. Don't fall into someone's little trap. They're trying to complicate matters. Keep it simple. It's real simple. You get cryptocurrency for free. You use it to buy Bitcoin. So there you go. That's what's going on with the Steem-backed dollars now with the Steem it website. And yeah, don't use Poloniex for anything related to Steem. Use Bittrex. Or use some other site that's reliable. I don't know. There might be other ones that you may prefer, just so you can actually turn into Bitcoin before it crashes back down to the dollar. And by the way, I think the people at Steem it, in order to get more people to use Steem it, they should give out more Steem dollars. They should increase payments to people over there. And so that will inflate the Steem-backed dollar currency. Okay, that will inflate it, and that should decrease its value. It should, but there's a bunch of people speculating it, a bunch of 80%ers in Korea and in America or whoever or wherever who are trading this stuff actually. Because remember, when I sell my Steem-backed dollars for Bitcoin, there is a fool out there who's giving up his Bitcoin for my Steem-backed dollars. A complete moron. I'm sorry. If you are giving away your Bitcoin to buy Steem-backed dollars, you are a moron. It's that simple. I know it sounds brutal, but it's that simple. Now, if you're giving away your Steem-backed dollars to get Bitcoin, you're awesome. You're like, dude, you're fast. You know how to get free Bitcoin. That's awesome. All right. But to waste your Bitcoin on Steem-backed dollars, I feel bad for you, man. You got to go back to Bitcoin University, or there's no such thing. There's no such thing as Bitcoin. If you want to go to Bitcoin University, you come to this channel. This is where you learn. This is where you learn how to hold your Bitcoin. Okay, where you don't get tempted in the silly little cloud mining or BitConnect or whatever the latest scam is that all the ignorant 80%ers are into. Try to tell me, oh, you don't understand it, Adam. I don't understand it. Yeah, sure. Sure, I don't understand. Sure. Do you know how many Bitcoin I have, dude? The people like that, they like to say, how many? I heard you have like 20 or something. I have 20. It's a lot. So, all right, what else do we have here? Because, I mean, go back. It was so simple to do, and we're going to look back on this one day at $16,000 and laugh. But it could still drop to 8,000 again. It could drop to 5,000 again. Who cares? In the year 2020, it's going to be more. So throw out some more doom. I want all the naysayers to keep throwing out their ignorance and to keep on selling their Bitcoin. And I'll keep on trading these worthless altcoins that I get for free for Bitcoin. It'll be great. I'll keep on getting more and more Bitcoin, and there'll be more and more haters of like, why are there so many Bitcoin whales out there? Why? It's not fair. The distribution wasn't fair. Why do people have triple-digit amounts of Bitcoin? I have none. Because you didn't do anything. You just sat there and complained all day and pointed fingers at people like me who were getting it, who were smart. You cried and cried, waiting for some authority to try to steal Bitcoin from me. But that's not how it works here. That's not how it works here. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Anyway, you're in the big boy world. So if you don't like the big boy world, go back to the Hillary Clinton world where she'll get you some free stuff. Her and her buddies over there, Al Franken and all them, will get you some free stuff. You can live off of the state of Minnesota or whatever, or just, the federal government. Go live off the federal government. You pathetic creature. Oh, I love those little pathetic little creatures. You see them. They're in a zoo, basically. I pay for their zoo. We should put them behind cages, the people who live off the government. We own them, for God's sakes. They're the ones stealing from us. They're stealing our money that we earn, and that's their job. That's what they do. So we should be able to dictate, and they're the ones who are saying, oh, you disrespect us. Of course we should disrespect you. You're lowly little creatures who live off of us. You're leeches. You're leeches. And I love how you see, the reason I'm getting into a rant like this is because I can say that. I can't be fired. I work for myself. I have Bitcoin. That is your freedom, people. And I know a lot of you want to say things like this on YouTube and use your face and put your real name out there, because Adam Meister, that's who I am. This is Adam Meister. And this is what I believe in. If you don't like it, then go away. Or whatever. You could say what you want to do in the comment section too. Be a hater. Be a hater. And that's the awesome thing. It generates more views. It gets me more pennies or whatever that you earn on YouTube. But whatever. I'm just getting richer. And I love it. I love it. So, if you feel bad for the leeches, if you have feelings for them, go pet them in the zoo. Go hang out in their zoo down there. I know what it's like to be around those zoos, okay? I know what it's. I know. I've worked with people. I've seen they don't have logic or reason. They're just like, take care of me, take care of me, take care of me. That's the world today. And I love that Bitcoin lets you exit that world where you could but I could still comment on that world because I think they're pathetic trolls. And I'm ranting like this about these lowly creatures because I'm showing the people out there, the young guys out there, like, this is why you got to get in the Bitcoin. So you don't work for anyone. So you can travel around the world. So you could say that when you're a young guy that you're retired, basically. Because I never had to work a day again in my life because of Bitcoin. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that long and hard. Really. Seriously, think about that. After this video is done, think about how Adam Meister never has to work a day again in his life because of Bitcoin, because what he was saying on this channel a year ago, because he followed his own advice. Hey, but you could watch, but then you could watch the BitConnect channels too. You could take the easy way out, right? Right? Huh? Right? That stuff must be true. It must be true, right? All the conspiracies must be true. All right. So again, lots of rants here. Some people on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at TechBalt. First of all, pound that like button, because this is a really poundable video here. Late at night, we have like almost 200 guys watching tonight. And I say guys because it's mostly guys. And that was another thing. There's still people who occasionally comment, they're women that are like, how can you say women are bad with money? It's a proven fact that women are better with money. How many people in the Fortune 500 are women? How many women on Earth, how many women on the planet Earth have more Bitcoin than I do? I would love to know that. On the planet Earth, what do we have? 3.5 billion women. How many of them have more Bitcoin than I do? I'd really love to know that. There is a chance that it's between about 0 and 20 probably. I mean, that's how few women are into Bitcoin, and that's how good women are with money. Okay, so I mean, whatever. People are saying there's statistics that show women are better with money. Show me those statistics. I mean, because now in Fortune 500 boardrooms, there's affirmative action for women that they have to be hired. So now they're sitting in there. That shows me that women are good with money. No, it shows me that there's set-asides for women now that corporations are forced to follow because the government's forced corporations to follow. I don't want to be in that world. I don't want to be in because these corporations get in bed with the government so much that they have to follow their rules, hire minorities, hire women, just to stay in good graces with the government to get the government tax cuts and all that stuff. That doesn't mean those people are good or I mean, that's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to minorities and women who actually are smart that all these corporations have these quotas that they have to get hire these many minorities, that they have to hire these many women. And it hurts in the long run. It just hurts the corporations because the men that they're not hiring, their businesses are becoming weaker because they're not hiring the best people, they're not hiring the smartest people, they're not hiring the people that are good with money, that are the best. And so some of the best, thank God, are venturing into the cryptocurrency world. And this is where the big boys play. Because you know what? If you're a woman, come here. Come. I invite women. If you're good enough, come compete in the Bitcoin space. Come buy some Bitcoin. But again, how many women on Earth have more Bitcoin than Adam Meister? How many women on Earth actually have more than 100 Bitcoin? How many women on Earth have triple digits amount? And so you're going to have some people on here say, I know a woman, or I'm a woman. And there are a few women on here who are some good women who comment. Okay. And maybe they do have more than 100. There was someone talking, I'm not going to say the name, but she was saying her and her husband dropped out of the corporate world and became truck drivers. It was a very interesting story. She might have 100. But again, I mean, maybe she was a team with her husband. I want to know about independent women out there on their own without a man's money, have a triple digit amount of Bitcoin and are really good with money. They're really good with money. They're running their own corporations without any government set-asides or anything like that, without any feelings, without any, getting involved in the public school system. I'm a woman. I started this consultancy of the public schools. I make my money because I tell public schools how to run more efficient. Yet they're not running it efficient at all. They're stealing more money than ever. Yeah, great business model. And that's funny. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Adam? I'm talking about something specific. I hear about stories all the time of women starting their own businesses. Yeah, that's a real business when you're leeching off the public school system, taking advantage of these little kids out there who are just being used as guinea pigs so teachers unions can make more money. And you're consulting for them. Your woman-owned business. Really good stuff you're doing out there. That's not a real business. That's just a leechery of some sort. And if that's a word. And again, come compete with the big boys. And for the people who think, oh, Adam, these things you're saying are horrible. Women are great with money. Great. You can think what you want. Think what you want. I mean, you're living in an imaginary world. Who is out there making the money? Being productive? Who? And again, there are some women that are great. But, God created us all differently, okay? Look at the bodies. What were they? One is a powerful body. It's supposed to get out there, get the resources. The other one is supposed to carry the next generation, take care of the next generation, which there should be pride in that. There should be a lot of pride in raising children and producing children and bringing them up the right way. But, I mean, we were all meant to do certain things. Our brains are all wired different ways. Some of us were meant to deal with money. Some of us were meant to deal with children. Some of us were meant to deal with building buildings. It's, be proud of what you were supposed to do. Thrive in the world you're naturally attracted to. Don't Don't think because society says you're supposed to be a certain way that times have changed. Now you need to be a working person. Now you need to never have kids and or wait till you're 40 to have a kid and get the sleep around with a billion guys until you find the correct one. I mean, no, you don't need it. Do what's right. Do what's right. That's all I can say. And don't pretend. And don't become a social justice warrior. Oh, God. This is not, and that's the funny thing I was going to talk about. Someone in the chat one day said there should be a cut coin for all the social justice warriors that are involved in Bitcoin. Because there are social justice warriors involved in Bitcoin. They've commented on my videos before. How can you say this about video? Vinny is right. We should be reaching out to women. I don't know if Vinny said that, but the guy that Vinny retweeted. We should be reaching out to women. We should have set-asides for women. No! If you want to, you could do that. Create your own cut coin. You're free. See how well cut coin will do against Bitcoin. Fork off cut coin for Bitcoin. So I get all your free cut coins. And then you can, use your cut coins to encourage minorities and women and social justice warriors to come into cryptocurrency. And maybe it will attract some more people. Good for you. And then I can sell my cut coin for more Bitcoin and whatever. But in the end of the day, the cream will rise to the top. And the people who know how to buy and hold, who know how to manage money, are going to do great in this space and have already done quite well in this space. So, you can talk the talk, you can walk the walk, you can do both. And you can say what's on your mind here. When you don't have a boss anymore, it is awesome. All right. Yeah, so there was I linked to the crypto dividend, the site that links all the list, the Bitcoin crypto dividends that are coming out, and it now lists one that I mentioned the other day that I won't even say the name of because I think Chandler Gall's behind it. It's called it was just making fun of religion almost, it seems like. I'm not going to make fun of religion. I'm not making fun of my religion. BG-D, let's call it. That's the name of this silly crypto dividend that might be coming out. So you can check it out yourself. I linked to that generic page below. I linked to the Upbit exchange in Korea. That is what I was talking about before. Upbit is that exchange that everybody and their mother is getting on in South Korea. And I linked to it so you can, even though lots of it's in Korea, you can see that the Steem-backed dollar is indeed being traded there. That's where the pump probably originated. I don't want to skip anything here, so I'm just going over my notes. Yeah. People have been giving me suggestions where to hang out next in the warm weather climate. Thank you. I still haven't decided yet because I've had no time to think about this. And now this video is going really long with my little my rants about life. But hey, it's a Sunday night, Monday morning, whatever you want to call it. Okay, weak hands are weeded out. Yeah, and it makes the Bitcoin community stronger. Only the hardcore survive. So I like when the weak hands get weeded out because the hardcore people continue to stick around and we become more and more prominent and Bitcoin becomes more and more hardcore. At least the core of Bitcoin becomes more and more hardcore. Guys like Vortex and me and Tone and whoever who are really hardcore Bitcoin guys. The more we see it drop and the people just, the weak hands go away, the more we are just more well-known, the more respect we get. And who cares about respect? But just the way our tone, our way of thinking spreads, our hardcoreism, our holding on, it becomes more and more prominent. And that makes Bitcoin stronger. So weak hands leaving make Bitcoin stronger. So the bad days, we're gonna have bad days, and you got to look on the bright side. The weak hands go away, the stronger hands become stronger. Bitcoin becomes stronger, and in the long run, the holders become wealthier. And again, it was funny. Tone Vase said on a recent show, someone had a question like, "Hey, how about if I have $2 million worth of Bitcoin now? Should I sell some of it and take some profits?" And Tone said yes. And he said, you're going to get taxed. And this is all true. But the funny thing is, Tone does not, and he says this, but he doesn't say it enough. He is not doing that. I don't know how much Tone has. So that's another question. I don't know if he has $2 million worth, but he's not selling it because he sells for cash. He bought it for cash. He doesn't want anything recorded, which is his business and everything. But in the end of the day, it's another a great aspect of Tone Base. He teaches trading, yet he does not trade Bitcoin. So I'd say do as he does. And so my advice to someone who would ask me, hey, Adam, my Bitcoin stash is now worth $2 million. Should I take some profit now in terms of dollars? I would say this. If you are in a situation similar to me, where you're a single guy, where you use it totally as a savings account, totally, where you don't need to reach into it, where you're already a self-made man, where you can, I would just make sure you have make sure you're self-employed first. That's your first goal. If you need to dip into your stash to become self-employed, then do that. So you never have to work a day in your life for a company. Do that if you need to. But otherwise, if you're already self-employed, if you already have a home equity line of credit, you have credit cards that if need be, if you really got into a tight situation, you could just start borrowing from your home equity line of credit, let's say. I would get into my home equity line of credit before I cashed out my Bitcoin. So personally, what I've done, I haven't sold a darn Bitcoin. I don't plan to sell a darn Bitcoin until at the very earliest after the 2020 halving. And I'm sticking with it. I don't care if it goes up to $20,000, okay? I'm sticking with it. I'm all in on this because there were probably people back when it was $2,000 like, well, I better take some profit now. It's $2,000. And they're looking back now, oh my God, what did I do? I sold 20 Bitcoin. I sold 20 Bitcoin for $40,000. Now what's that worth? I mean, it's worth $300,000 or something, right? It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It makes a difference. I mean, hang on as long as possible. So, I mean, you got to analyze your own situation. I mean, I think, and if you like working for someone else, if you're comfortable at your job and you don't value the freedom of being able to say whatever you want to on the internet like I do, then that's just another reason to hold on to your Bitcoin, I guess. Then don't I mean, if you're happy at your job, you're happy at your job. Each man's got to go his own way, okay? So some people do like working for other people. I cannot understand that. I can't understand that. But I guess some people do have good bosses and good jobs. I can't comprehend that. I mean, I really can't. I mean, the freedom of just being able to go but there's things that I have to realize that not everybody enjoys what I enjoy doing. So again, think really long and hard before you start cashing out. And for me, I have the mindset where if Bitcoin went to zero, first of all cryptocurrency would go to zero and the game would be over. It just would be over. I don't think that's going to happen. But if that did happen, I loved it. I would look back and say this was the greatest experience of my life, cryptocurrency. I mean, I became a very wealthy individual and I attained some personal goals in terms of net worth. And again, and people say, well, it was only on paper. It was only in Bitcoin. Yeah, sure, it was, but I did it. And I will be happy. If Bitcoin goes to zero tomorrow and it all ends, I will be so happy with my life. But not everyone has that mindset. Not everyone has that mindset. So I'm in the mindset where, yeah, like I have no desire to get any dollars from this stuff right now because I'm living the life right now. I'm living the life right now with it just sitting there, all of it just sitting there. And I just want it to increase more and more in value. But at the same time, I know with my Bitcoin just sitting there that it's helping the community too. It is. The holders are the rock because when you sell, you're giving in. The price is, you're setting a price there. My price, this price I set for a Bitcoin, I think a Bitcoin's worth $1 million each. Give me $1 million, I'll give you one Bitcoin. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's when Adam Meister sells out. You give me $1 million, I'll give you one of my Bitcoin. Okay, there you go. I guess I can be bought. But no, that's not happening anytime. That's obviously not happening anytime soon. Well, maybe not obviously. If that happens, my God, that'd be amazing. I mean, what? Oh my God. I mean, if that happens, if one Bitcoin becomes $1 million, there are a lot fewer people with 100 Bitcoin than I think there are. I think I might be overestimating the amount of people that have more than 100 or more than 210 Bitcoin. I say 210 Bitcoin because the amount of Bitcoin that will ever be created is 21 million. So what is 210 into 21 million? You do the math there. That's a small number. All right. That's the maximum amount of people that could have 210, which is not very many. But and again, all right, I've gone off on a rant here. What do we have here? Upbit Exchange, I mentioned. Okay, Twitter drawing of me by New York dude is linked to below. Retweet that. Pound that like button, people. 200 live viewers. All right. Okay, so yeah, check out. I appreciate when New York dude and other people do art of me. That's really cool. I linked to it below. I retweeted it. One of the best opening riffs in rock and roll is what I heard when I was driving out to the bat mitzvah party out in Carroll County. It's Eric Carmen and the Raspberries, Go All the Way. I linked to that below. That opening riff is awesome, and it actually happens in the middle of the song also. It's a lot of fun. All right. I'm not going to talk about democracy today. All right, that's it. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. I hope you enjoyed this long video. I will say hello to the guys in the chat section. Bye.